Okay, tonight I actually want to discuss an important topic, which is love and relationships. People ask me to speak on it and just share some wisdom in regards to love and then building a better relationship. I'm going to give you guys some advice, some tips that you guys can use and take forth and move forward and hopefully build a better love and relationship for yourself. With that said, the first thing I want to speak on is my rule number one, the number one in any rule book, and that's to love yourself. And with that, that means you can't respect anyone, you can't be honest with anyone if you can't be loyal and faithful and real and true and love another individual if you don't love yourself first. You first must learn to love yourself, build the best you so you're happy within yourself, because you're too busy seeking for the other person to make you happy, to fulfill you, to complete you. But you have to understand that you have to complete yourself. You have to be happy with you in order to be able to be happy with another individual. And without that, then you just become lost with this system of love and empowerment amongst yourself, because you're going to go searching for that individual to love you and to complete you. And too many times I've seen this to where the person doesn't love themselves. They're not fulfilled in life. They don't have much going for themselves, and they turn to love in order to complete them, to fulfill them, to build them, to uplift them. And in the end, they are let down, or they disappointed in the way that the love that they receive, because it's not what they expected. It's not the love that they need. It's not something that they're complete with, and they're too busy trying to find happiness in someone else when they're not happy with themselves. So rule number one, you must learn to love yourself. Secondly, I'll be communication. With communication, too many relationships I see with poor communication. That's whether too much is said or too much isn't said. And with that, the relationship seems to fail because of that poor communication. So one rule of thumb is that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And your mouth is the most deadliest weapon on your body. So therefore, you should be listening twice as much as you actually speak. And also, when you do speak, be selective. Hear the person and then speak, and take the time to address the situation and whatever is going on. And whether it's good or whether it's bad, whatever, reciprocate that love, reciprocate that affection, show that person, tell that person the simple things in life, and encourage them each day, because failure to do that, and then you sitting up there and allowing that person to drift from you. And if they can't communicate, if the communication gap is there, then it's going to be ways away from actually loving someone and building a healthy relationship. The next thing I would say is overall is gains over drains. And to understand that, you must understand that find someone who uplifts you. Find someone who compliments you, not complete you. Find someone who is a gain in your life and not a drain, because I've seen people who've been happy, who've been joyous, who've loved life, who've accomplished a lot, and they get into these relationships, and these relationships start to suck the life out of them. It starts to drain them. It starts to defeat them. It starts to break them down, and before you know it, they're not fun to be around anymore. They don't come out like they used to. They're not the same person. They are depressed and emotional and stressed with too much, and this is all just based off a relationship. We deal with too much in life. We got bills, we got jobs, we got kids, we got our own emotion and our own physical body harm. We got our family, we got things that's going on personally with ourselves that we can't allow a relationship to defeat us and beat us. I mean, that's mental abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, sexual, social. And once that becomes infected, it's like a cancer. You allow this negative energy and this negative vibe to suck you and suck the life out of you, whatever, and it starts to defeat you. It starts to drain you. And then relationships become broken, they become defeated, and you begin clenching on to the relationship because that's all you know. You build habits in love. You build habits in love, just as much as biting your nails or you can't stop smoking, whatever. You build a habit loving the wrong person because you become accustomed to being treated that way, accustomed to being talked to that way, accustomed to dealing with that abuse. And before you know it, you feel you need that person. You feel you don't have any other way. You feel incomplete without that person. And that's why loving yourself and communicating is highly important, whatever, because it's going to get you through that relationship. Is going to build a healthier relationship to where you're not getting the life sucked out of you. And that's what you really don't want, that life to be sucked out of you, whatever, because there's no joy in that. And you can't find happiness and you can't find that stability and love through that. Sometimes you need to step aside and build on yourself and get yourself in order and find a happiness in you. Within that way, it's going to teach you the way someone should treat you. It's going to show them that you respect yourself, and then you're going to start finding people who respect you. You know, I talk to many different people, and they tell me, well, you know, there's not enough good men or good women out here anymore, and, you know, I'm dealing with this with my baby daddy. You know, cut all that nonsense out. You know, if you got to deal with a situation, deal with the situation, but cut the nonsense out. Cut it off. Don't give it life. Don't feed that negative energy. Don't embody that negative energy surrounding you, that those negative vibes that's eating you up and destroying you, whatever, because it becomes a cancer and it starts to kill, steal, and destroy and take away everything joyous and beautiful about you. And once you lose those things, you know, it's hard to recover. Then you find yourself trapped trying to mend the broken heart or trying to mend from a relationship and build off from all of these mistakes when, you know, you need to take the time to just stop. Get your shit together. And by all means, it's going to start making you feel better. It's going to start building a better you, and you're going to see the improvements. Life is going to be beautiful. The things that you stress about, whatever, is going to be beautiful for you. It's going to start turning good, whatever. Surround yourself by people who uplift you. Surround yourself by things that's motivational to you. And if you can't find friends or anything else to seek that family, then find God, you know, find your truth, your spiritual being, even if that is just meditation. If you're not a God-fearing individual, as I am, you have to sit there and take the time, whatever, to embody these good positive vibes and appreciate every day of your life, whatever, because you only have one life. Live that motherfucking life. Because there's too many people out here just going day to day, whatever, they're incomplete. And they in these relationships and it becomes draining, it becomes abusive, it becomes demeaning, it becomes immoral, it becomes improper. And they settle for this thinking that's love, and it ain't love. You can't sit up there and sugarcoat some bullshit and expect me to sit up there and tell me that that's a gourmet meal and I'm supposed to eat it. Don't sugarcoat your love. Don't shit on your love. Don't sit there and accept something that you know isn't acceptable. If you know is wrong, if you feel is wrong, whatever, then strive for something better. And if that person can't provide that better to you, then you don't need to be in that situation. As simple as that. You need to get out, get yourself healthy, and love will come to you, believe it or not. There are great people in this world that will love you the right way and do things the right way, and let yourself be an example of that love that you seek through yourself. And by all means, whatever, follow those tips, follow those steps. And that would ensure you a better relationship, that would ensure you a better love life, and just those simple steps. And yes, it may take time. It may be challenging to you to get back to your grounding and build a better foundation, whatever. But without a solid, steady foundation, a healthy foundation, then everything else is going to crumble. You know, build that with bricks, not sticks, not stones, not anything. Build that with bricks. And let it stand and let it not get blown down by all these vengeful and abusive and immoral relationships out there. Honor your temple, respect your body, respect your mind, respect your soul, respect your flesh, respect your spirit, and have some decency and some standards for that. Build those standards, and I guarantee whatever, your love life will be a lot better. And it'll teach other people to love even better. And I guarantee you're going to dodge a bullet from a crazy motherfucker. I assure you that. So that's my advice to you on love and my tips that I can personally give. I'm sorry it's late. It's been a long weekend. You know, Halloween coming up, so you guys be safe out there with the clowns, everything else. Much love to you. Peace, love, and God bless.